Sitting there fighting a battle that was over when I had to relocate. You see, I ain't much for letting go. No, baby, I gotta hold on. Cause trials, tribulations, and relationships have all made me strong. Oh, girl, I cry. These tears that I shed on the trail to bring you home. Oh, girl, I cry. Mama told me that a man's own tears can make him strong. Oh, girl, I cry. I'll sit around here and wait for you to come home. I'll cry for you. I'll cry. I'll cry.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of the favor of fair use. Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome to today's Black History Bite. It might be more than a bite. It might be a whole meal. In lieu of recent events, talking about our young people and other people in our community that were sent racist text messages about slaves and picking cotton and go back to the plantation. CNN reported, and just like other outlets across the United States, they are investigating the racist text messages with references to slave catchers and picking cotton, reminiscent of the country's painful and bigoted past and present. And it was received by children, college students, and working professionals from unrecognized phone numbers in the wake of the presidential election. The NAACP president warned Thursday of possible broader implications of this hate-filled rhetoric reported in more than 20 states from New York to California. The District of Columbia, attorneys general of both parties are condemning the messages and vowing to root out their senders. The unfortunate reality of electing a president who historically has embraced and at times encouraged hate is unfolding before our eyes. The NAACP CEO Derek Johnson said that these messages represent an alarming increase in vile and abhorrent rhetoric from racist groups across the country, who now feel emboldened to spread hate and stoke the flames of fear that many of us are feeling after Tuesday's election results. Donald Trump presidential campaign was absolutely nothing to do with these text messages, said the spokesperson, Caroline Levitt. Students from at least three historical black colleges and universities, Hampton University, Virginia, Fisk University in Nashville, and Clafton University in Orangeburg, South Carolina, have reported receiving the text messages, even though it is not immediately clear who sent the message. And there is no complete list of whom they were delivered to. At least some appear to have been sent through text now, in what the company believes is a widespread coordinated attack. As soon as they were aware of, the trust and safety team from that company acted quickly and rapidly, disabling the related accounts in less than an hour. The texts appear to be targeting black and brown individuals, including students, New York's Attorney General said. The FCC is also investigating the text messages, and these messages stated by Jessica Rosenwortel of the FCC stated that these were unacceptable, and they take this type of targeting very seriously. The FBI is aware of the offensive and racist text messages sent to individuals around the country and is in contact with the Justice Department. Talia Jones, a black resident of Piscataway, New Jersey, was shocked, then angry, and then sad to get a racist text Wednesday telling her she had been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation, and referring to executive slave catchers. At first, she thought it was a joke, who forwarded the text message to loved ones and shared it with CNN. It really just shows that we didn't come as far as everybody thought we did as a nation from back in the day when slavery was still a thing. It became sadness when I realized that the young people were getting it, like elementary schoolers and middle schoolers. Why would you want to intentionally hurt somebody that you don't even know? A day after receiving the text message, Jones also received an email addressing her by the N word and containing a similar message about being selected to pick cotton. Who is doing this and how are they able to keep coming back? She asked. You don't feel safe in anything that you do because you don't know who's doing it. You don't know how far they're going to take it. The FBI and law enforcement in Maryland are aware of students and others getting the texts. Montgomery County Public Schools said in a statement noting that law enforcement in some areas are announced they consider the messages low-level threats. They went on to say that they recognize that the emotional and psychological impact on our student staff, and particularly our community of color, is profound. The school board statement reads that we stand in solidarity with those who feel targeted and hurt by these actions. Montgomery County Public Schools. The text messages go back to the time from early 17th century to the end of the Civil War in 1865, when millions of enslaved Africans were shipped to the United States and forced to toil on plantations. Many were forced to live and work on plantations, growing cotton considered a leading cash crop. They picked cotton for long hours, endured heat, humidity, unsanitary conditions, untreated illnesses, malnutrition, and the R word. Enslaved people were often auctioned off and sold to other slave owners, leading to families being separated. Slave catchers, known as slave patrols, were legally charged with controlling the enslaved population. Their duties included chasing down and apprehending runaway slaves and returning them to their owners, enforcing curfews and beating and terrorizing slaves who were rebellious or disobedient. What does that sound like to you? At the University of Alabama this week, Black Honors freshman Elise McCall was in tears and wanted to go home after getting a message saying she had been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation and should be prepared to be searched down. Her mother said that it's eerie that it's the day after the election. It's eerie that it came to her daughter's personal phone. It's eerie that it's only going to Black students. Her group of friends have mapped out their paths to class so they can walk together and keep each other safe. It's 2024. The University of Alabama acknowledged individuals across the country have received these disgusting messages and urged anyone with information about it to report it. The racist and vile spam text messages have also spread to Louisiana. Republican State Attorney General Liz Muriel said Thursday via X, X belonging to Elon Musk, X, okay, have directed the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation to fully investigate the origins of these disgusting text messages that only intend to divide us, urging anybody impacted to report the messages to her office. Whoever is sending the racist text messages is using being anonymous software to obscure their location, meaning like a VPN. At least, they said, some of the messages were sent using an email service routing traffic through polling. That is a VPN. But it does not mean it is where the sender is. Of course not. Of course not. They could be coming from Napoleonville, Louisiana, for all we know. We don't know where they're coming from. The Louisiana Bureau of Investigation and the FBI are still trying to trace where everything is actually coming from. Muriel herself, who is white, received one of the racist messages to her personal email account this morning. Did she really? She said it is racist and divisive. I think it's just intended to try and create division. We condemn it. Trying to create a division. How much more divided are we as people? Condemning the messages as disgusting and unacceptable, New York Attorney General Letitia James, a Democrat, said that the text appeared to be targeting Black and brown individuals, including students, and may include personal information about the recipient, such as their name or location. She said on X, I unequivocally condemn any attempt to intimidate or threaten New Yorkers and their families. Students and residents in a suburb of Hartford, Connecticut, and in New Haven County was also targeted. How did they come up with a list of recipients? A New Haven lecturer asked, and who was also a retired FBI special agent. They did some real research, not only putting together their target list, but also crafting a message that had information that made it seem real. In Virginia, a Black photographer at news station WVEC-TV got a text message from an unfamiliar phone number addressing him by name and telling him he had been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. He stated that he felt it was a spam message. He does feel disappointed about the message that they're sending a day after the election. The Virginia Attorney General's office is aware of these text messages and unequivocally condemns them. Anybody who believes themselves to be under threat should not hesitate to contact local law enforcement, as well as their local FBI field office. A racist text message from an unfamiliar number has also been received by a 15-year-old Black daughter of Laura Bass Brown in Houston area. It initially appeared automated, but after reviewing the screenshots from her daughter's friends, she discovered the sender often replied when students responded. Other people have no First Amendment right to your phone, and free speech does not protect telephone harassment. Nevada's Attorney General's office is working with law enforcement to investigate the source of what appeared to be a robo-text message. And in Washington, D.C., The Attorney General's office is also aware of racist text messages being sent to residents there, condemning them unequivocally. Anyone receiving those messages should contact our civil rights section by calling that number and by emailing them. And if you believe your safety is at risk, contact your local law enforcement. Text Now is working alongside other industry partners to uncover more details and continue to monitor patterns to actively block any new accounts attempting to send these messages. They state that they do not tolerate or condone the use of their service to send harassing spam messages and will work with the authorities to prevent these individuals from doing so in the future. This is an article in CNN US written by Nicole Terry Ellis, Hannah Park, Elena Tureen, Andy Rose, and Rebecca Reese contributed to this report, which has been updated with additional information alongside of Elise McCall. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Like I said, this is not a bite. This is a whole meal. A whole meal. There are similar reports that are coming out from all different locations. At least 13 states. My. 13 states. I wonder what they can be. But anyway, I'm going to let you get back to your regularly scheduled programming. And I hope you was able to read between the lines. Because out here by me, our local people endorsed the president-elect. And that's all I have to say. All right, be well, stay safe, stay safe, stay safe, stay safe, and have a free mind. And I shall talk to you all very, very soon.
Sitting there fighting a battle that was over when I had to relocate. You see, I ain't much for letting go. No, baby, I gotta hold on. 'Cause trials, tribulations, and relationships have all made me strong. Oh, girl, I cry. These tears that I shed on the trail to bring you home. Oh, girl, I cry. Mama told me that a man's on tears to make him strong. Oh, girl, I cry. I'll sit around here and wait for you to come home.